You might as well just roll over and say, come on in, take over, because that's where you're just about at. We're just about there. If you're not putting your country, your kids and our own Aussie students first, then you shouldn't be in this place. You should not be in this place. Six times the major parties have voted against Senator Patrick's motion to do a Senate inquiry on our economic reliance on China. 6 times. Yeah, you sit here and you talk tough on China. You're kidding, right? You don't want to deal with this problem. You don't want to go there. You might upset them, God forbid. What's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen if you upset them? You have a perfect timing right now with this COVID-19 to loosen the strings with them a bit and stand on our own feet. My God, the opportunity is staring us in the face. What are we waiting for? I just can't believe that we've allowed ourselves to get to this point. It just makes me feel sick to the gut, and there'll be plenty of other millions of Australians out there that are saying the same thing, I can assure you. They're recruiting from the ANU, the University of Sydney, Monash, the UWA, and of course the University of Queensland. It's happening everywhere and it's been happening for years. It's called the 1,000 Talents Plan. Australian university lecturers who sign up get flown over to China to share their research and share their knowledge of our latest technological developments with the Chinese government. Communist Party recruiters who sign up our lecturers get paid $40,000 for each person they get on board. How do you know? It's got to involve money. And they've quietly set up 57 recruitment hubs around the country. 57 recruitment hubs? 57? Does that not scare anyone? Certainly doesn't in here, but I'll tell you what, it scares millions of Australians. Mind you, I imagine those universities are feeling the bite from not having those exchange students anymore. I'll tell you now, and probably you actually deserve it. That'll teach us, that'll serve you right. Instead of investing in overseas students, especially those from China, you should have been doing it for your own backyard. The fact is that those universities will always put their bottom line first and they don't care about free speech. It's all about cash. They don't care about the academic integrity. That's all gone out the window. And all they care about is keeping the Chinese dollars flowing. This is where we're supposed to be training our kids. This is where our best ideas are supposed to come from. What you're teaching me is, hey, take the money and roll over like a dog, because that's what we do now. That's why the University of New South Wales backed down so fast when they tweeted an article supporting protesters in Hong Kong. How gutless is that? How gutless is that? That is so un-Australian. It was only up for a couple of hours before their Chinese Communist Party masters pulled the puppet strings and forced the uni to take it down. Shameful. Shameful on you. The tweet was deleted and the article mysteriously disappeared from the university website. What a mystery that is, hey? Universities should be places where different ideas can be expressed and debated, because once again that is the Australian way. That's why those in the military, past and present, fight blood, sweat and tears and die for this country to give it those freedoms. And you're throwing it in their face. But it doesn't end there, it keeps getting better. Charles Darwin University apologised for an assignment that stated coronavirus originated in China. Well, I don't know where they think it came from, but I think we already know, the rest of us know. So who's looking like the idiot? Oh, university that's supposed to be full of academics. Nice one. So the university apologised because Chinese students felt the statement was racist. Once again, teaching our kids in Australia to roll over. What has truthfulness now turned into being a racist, has it? By telling the truth. Because China doesn't like it. Who cares? Now, I'm not saying that international students shouldn't come to study here. But things need to change. Now, before our academics and students are forced into invisible gags, although I'd say they're pretty much there, they can't be afraid to speak the truth in case they'll upset the Chinese Communist Party and end the rivers of gold. That's where we're at. Everyone can see that we have a problem. It's getting worse and worse every day, and yet neither you major parties has the courage to do anything about it. You're just shameful. But nobody in here in this big White House wants to talk about it. They don't want to talk about the Chinese Communist Party. God, don't mention them. Goodness me. Goodness me, we might upset them. Who cares? But by continually rolling over like a dog and not standing up and doing it the Australian way, we're going nowhere, and the situation will continue to get worse. So right now where you say nothing to see here when it comes to the Chinese Communist Party, nothing to see here, you have got to be absolutely delusional.